Good evening. Welcome again to Six for the Soul. Happy Friday, everyone. I'm James Crook. I'm recording here at Santa Barbara at Milpas Motors Auto Gallery in beautiful Santa Barbara, California. So I just did a video about the massive Paul George trade to the Thunder and the highway robbery. Somehow the Thunder were able to convince the Pacers to give up Paul George with no picks and for Victor Oladipo and Domantas Sabonis. So I'm not going to do an actual free agent preview. I'm just going to say what I would do as a GM in general. Unless I have a star player, or a really key role player that I think could help my team put my team over the championship, all I would do tonight at 12 o'clock when free agency starts is simply talk to people. Send out feelers to the agents. You know, I'm sure all these guys have got huge boards. They have looked over every free agent. They know every trade target, free agent, everything. And I would wait a little bit. People that always rush right into the market, I consider it like an auction in fantasy football. You know, you might be able to steal one guy maybe at either value or maybe a little bit below value before anyone else gets in there. But unless you have a guy like a Gordon Hayward, that's really it right now. There's no other superstar max players that are going to be out. Blake Griffin's going back to the Clippers. Steph Curry and Kevin Durant are staying at the Warriors. And it looks like J. Rue Holiday's going to stay at the Pelicans. I mean, he was a superstar, but it looks like some guys are staying home. And I would just keep your powder dry for a day or two. Let people like the Lakers sign Timothy Mozgov and Luol Deng and, make all these crazy contracts. And then there's always value towards the middle and end of free agent. There's every year. So keep your powder dry. Establish, okay, there's 3 or 4 players in this tier that we would want. Okay, this guy went for that money, that guy went for this money, but hey, maybe this guy will be an underappreciated asset. Look for opportunities to trade. If you're a team that's at all rebuilding, especially with the way that there's now just a few super teams beyond the Warriors, use your cap space to get draft assets. Get guys trade for guys that can get you other assets so that the teams that are looking to win right now to try to go for that championship, is it important to win? Absolutely, but it's also important to build assets. Like Danny Ainge and the Celtics, because he's gotten... I can't even finish. The Celtics, oh God. Anyways, it's important to have a big war chest so that when the moment's right, you can strike and get that. You can get that superstar player. Like the way the Thunder traded so much for players. Oh God, it's crazy to me how bad some of these GMs and front offices operate. Danny Ainge, no disrespect, but man, you should have made moves for Jimmy Butler and Paul George. So yes, this is my general rule of thumb. 3 things. Don't be the first one to sign a contract unless it's the max player who almost certainly is going to take their time because everyone's willing to wait for them. 2, look for the guys, put into groups certain players that fit a role that you want. A couple guys that, say you want a point guard. Okay, you got Sean Livingston, Patty Mills, and, who else was on there? Whatever. Someone like in that kind of mid-range. Now, there's different players, but, okay, we want this guy to fill this role. Let's say George Hill, Sean Livingston, Patty Mills. So now you got 3 guys in the range about who you want, and you got different tiers. Or get more specific and get very, very nitpicky. So like if you get a shooting guard, okay, J.J. Redick goes somewhere else, you got C.J. Miles. So have your little tiers and have those guys, okay, well, this guy got that money, that guy got this money. If you wait, they should become available. And that's my 3rd rule, is wait. Be patient. Wait for the end of, or middle towards the end of free agency to pick up the guys like Nene. That just every year there are these guys that are so underpaid, and especially with the salary cap the way it's been the last couple of years. These guys are the ones to wait for. Make sure that you build your team around, fill your team out with these kind of role players. And finally, trade. If you're not trade for assets. Get draft picks. Right now, draft picks are the least valuable they will ever be, purely because people are trying to sign free agents right now. So this is the time to strike. This is the moment where if you're a rebuilding team, go get a 2nd-round pick or get a 1st-round pick to take on a contract. Get a 2nd-round pick for you to send your non-guaranteed deal like Tarek Black. could go to, say, the Oklahoma City Thunder. Then they cut him. His guaranteed contract isn't $6 million, doesn't get paid, and the Lakers get a second round pick out of it. Win-win. And so this is what I would do if I was an NBA front office. Feel free to hire me at any time, guys. Have a wonderful evening. Have a great weekend. I love you all. Take care. God bless. Or Creator bless.